Thank you to all. It is indeed a great pleasure, a privilege, and an honor to stand here before you as the mayor of our great city of Plainfield, and to see so many faces in the audience who have braved the weather to come out and to be a part of this occasion. And so I will ask traveling mercies on each and every one of you as you leave here this evening and return to your homes. And with that, let me begin this historic State of the City address to you, the people of Plainfield. Members of the City Council, cabinet members, and honored guests, fellow Plainfielders, and friends of Plainfield, I welcome you to the 2014 reorganization meeting of the City of Plainfield. Please let me offer my thanks to Plainfield Superintendent of Schools, Anna Piles, and to all the Plainfield Board of Education members for hosting both our reorganization meeting and the People's Feast on January 1st. Our schools are an integral part of our community, and we appreciate these opportunities to work together. Are there any members of the Board of Education here present this evening? If you are, will you please stand to be recognized? And I must say to the Board of Education that I need you. I believe you need my administration and myself so that together we can partner, and the students of this district need all of us. So let's partner, let's worship, let's partner, and let's make sure that we do things together that are in the best interest of the city and our students who come here each and every day for an education. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to take a moment to recognize the members of my transition team who are here this evening. These 100 residents and friends of Plainfield gave countless hours to interview city employees, to meet with their committees, and to provide their insights and their recommendations to make Plainfield better. The 98-page report was officially released this evening and can be found on the city's website. We are grateful to the transition team for their time and their work, and I would ask them to stand and be recognized. Members of the transition team, please stand. These are some of the over 100 people who gave of their time to create a document that I will use as a guiding post as I look to create policies that will best serve the citizens of this city of Plainfield. Before I go any further into my remarks, it would be remiss of me if I did not recognize my lovely wife who's sitting here in the front row. And my daughter Aisha, who is sitting right next to me. I also want to recognize the presence of Assemblywoman Linda Stender, Freeholder Linda Carter, Freeholder Bernal Wright, Freeholder Mr. Sergio Granados. Is he here? And all of the other elected officials that are here present who I haven't seen, but you are here, so I recognize you. Earlier this year actually, in April, I met with the former governor of the state of New Jersey, the Honorable Jim McGreevey, and we discussed many things, including the state of education in the city of Plainfield. And as a result of that meeting, I created an education task force made up of 12 individuals who are current and former educators, along with the governor, who agreed to serve as the chair of that education task force. The governor hosted the first meeting on May 16th of 2013, and the education task force has been meeting ever since. I expect to have a report from them within the next 90 days. Would the members of the education task force who are present here this evening please stand to be recognized? It is extremely important that we work together to improve the education in our school system. And it's because of that that I adopted this confidential way of approaching this. And it is for that reason, because I don't want politics to interfere with the education of our young people.
Yes.
It is for that reason that I did not, until now, announce the formation of that education task force. And so this is purely non-political, and it's about our young people here in the city of Plainfield. As I begin my remarks, I also want to first congratulate Councilwoman Bridget Rivers as she begins the first year of her second term. I look forward to continuing to work with Councilwoman Rivers, who will continue to serve as the council president in this 2014. I also want to congratulate Councilor Reed on his election as the chairman of the Committee of the Whole. Those are two roles that I've served in over the years, and I know how important they are in terms of the movement forward of the city of Plainfield. And finally, I want to welcome Councilwoman Gloria Taylor, who is no stranger to city government, since she has previously served Plainfield graciously and enthusiastically as First Lady. I pay tribute tonight to her late husband, Mayor Rick Taylor, one of my predecessors, and someone who helped shape Plainfield into the city we find today. And I thank her. I thank her for her willingness to continue to serve. As we begin this year, I want to thank all of our council members. I am grateful for the words of Councilwoman Tracy Brown, who offered me her support in her New Year's Day remarks and noted that if I do well, the city does well. I agree, and I add that if we do well, the mayor and the council working together,
Yes.
the city will do even better.
Yes.
With the exception of Councilwoman Taylor, all of us have worked together as council members. We have shared successes and shared areas where we can do better. Tonight, I ask that when we come together throughout 2014 as Plainfielders, elected governing officials, we put aside everything that might hinder us from doing the best we can for Plainfield. The voters have chosen us to work together at a critical moment in the city's history. They want us to join together in a new era of cooperation and collaboration. I know that we can do this because we all want to do great things for our city. And I believe that we will do this because we all want a city that will succeed and realize its true potential. I pledge tonight to work with you and for that neutral goal of moving Plainfield forward. At the start of my administration, I am proud to report to you tonight that Plainfield endures. And although we face many challenges, I share with you my belief that the state of our city is hopeful. This year, on April 21st, we will celebrate the 145th anniversary of our incorporation as a city. We will celebrate a glorious past and a new and vibrant future, a rebirth of opportunity in our community, opportunity not only for our city to be great again, but also for each and every one of our residents to achieve greatness in their own lives. But for that to happen, we must stimulate economic growth in our city. We must reform the administration of our city government. We must return the streets and neighborhoods to our citizens and make them safe everywhere across the city. And we must renew our commitment to our city to provide opportunities for recreation, yes, for arts and culture, as well as the basic necessities of food, housing, education, and health care. I pledge tonight that the mayor's office will provide the council with a budget that will be balanced, that will meet our needs, and that will be on time. I need the right council to make this. I need the right cabinet so that the council can make the decision in order for me to deliver that budget on time. I need the council to make the right decision to give me the cabinet that I need to do the work so that we could put that budget together and move the city forward in a timely fashion. The budget is the first step in reforming our finances. It may reflect our resources as much as our priorities. But this budget will mark the end of financial chaos in Plainfield and the beginning of a governing process that will drive the budget rather than government that is driven by lack of a budget. Yes. Yes. Our residents and our communities are the strength of our beautiful city. For too long, it has been too hard to live in Plainfield. We must reform our finances so that we can lessen the tax burden carried by every homeowner and business owner. We must be smart. We must make the right decisions, the right choices, and we must invest. New Jersey's economy has lagged behind the national recovery. And here in Plainfield, we have lost opportunities to develop business and create jobs. As of today, we enter a new era in economic development. Yes. We are ready and eager to work with entrepreneurs, with established businesses, and with all those who seek the active support of city government to create and grow their dreams of economic opportunity. Throughout the course of my campaign, I informed the citizens and taxpayers of Plainfield that I will appoint a deputy city administrator with a specific and concentrated focus on economic development. Over 70% of the voters said we agree with you. Today, I'm announcing a 3-point plan to accelerate economic development in Plainfield. These efforts will be led by the deputy city administrator in charge of economic development. First, we will create a technical review committee, also known as a TRC. Many of you in planning are familiar with that, to expedite development projects. The TRC will meet with developers throughout the process to improve intergovernmental cooperation and coordination and streamline the permitting and licensing process. This will assure greater accountability and transparency and put an end to delays that cost time and money and ultimately drive developers away. Second, We will deliver this message through the creation of a branding and marketing strategy to attract developers, entrepreneurs, and consumers. This campaign will be part of a comprehensive economic development strategy that will revitalize Plainfield's economy and secure its economic future. Finally, we will continue to advocate for improved public transportation into New York City. Our work with the Raritan Valley Rail Coalition has resulted in a one-seat ride to New York City on the Raritan line in off-peak hours beginning this coming spring. And we urge the New Jersey Transit to take the final step and make this service available on every train into New York City. This one-seat service is vital for Plainfield to attract both new businesses and new homeowners. Every minute saved by a one-seat ride into New York City equates to a $3,000 increase in the value of the average home in Plainfield and along the Raritan Valley line. I would also like to acknowledge State Senator Nicholas Scutari and Assemblywoman Linda Stender, who introduced legislation last November to urge New Jersey Transit to provide a direct trip on the Raritan Valley line to New York Penn Station. All of us in Plainfield appreciate their efforts. While we are growing Plainfield with new businesses and new residents, we must also begin to grow good government with reform in our city administration. We know that volatility and instability in city government are the biggest deterrents to economic development, and I pledge to you that the hallmark of my administration will be a municipal government run with business-like policies and practices. One of my earliest priorities has been to put together a team that brings the right people in to do the problem solving. I have selected talented individuals who will help bring change and lead Plainfield into a new era of prosperity for our city. I believe that is why I was elected mayor of the city and why every one of us as elected officials is sitting up here tonight. I ask the council to help me fulfill our mandate from the voters in Plainfield by continuing to assemble the knowledgeable, experienced professionals that Plainfield voters need and deserve. Only today, I sent greetings to all of Plainfield's city employees and let them know that I want their ideas and their knowledge to be put to full use in this administration. I look forward to the day when the phrase, "I work in Plainfield city government," will be a cause for congratulations, and our employees will be proud to say it. We can be a model for urban government in New Jersey, a model for how other cities should look, rather than a model of what not to do. Yes. We must provide the technology and other resources to create the best environment for public service we can to improve efficiencies. Technology is not the answer to all of our problems, but we are hindered by communication systems that are outdated and can potentially impact public safety as well as administrative efficiency. We will conduct a thorough review of existing technology systems and upgrade our systems as soon as it is financially feasible. As elected officials, we are here to serve all of the people, and that is why my administration will do everything possible to create openness in government. Our website and our methods of communication with our citizens will be improved. It will not be done overnight, but it will be done well. I commend our city clerk, Abu Bakr Jallo, who has led the way with availability of services from his department that can be conducted online. The rest of our website will be up to date. And while we put our house in order internally, we must also focus on what happens on the outside, specifically with regard to public safety. We must return the streets and neighborhoods to our citizens and make them safe everywhere across the city. In my remarks on January 1st, I spoke of Plainfield as a true mirror of our country, a city with beautiful homes and communities, and at the same time, a city where too many of our residents live in fear for their own safety. It is not in our power to eradicate crime, but it is in our power, and it is our duty and responsibility to provide a safe environment for all of our citizens. I pledge to you that as mayor, our police and firefighters will have my full support to do the essential jobs that they perform, and they perform them very well. We must stop the senseless violent crimes in Plainfield. We will continue to work closely with the Union County Prosecutor's Office Homicide Task Force, which has led to continued success in solving homicides in Plainfield. I will assess the effectiveness of our ShotSpotter technology to determine if it will be maintained and expanded. We are proud of our Plainfield Police Department, and we are going to demonstrate that with a new COPS logo, COPS, that will be painted on the side of our patrol cars. COPS stand for Caring, Outstanding, Professional Service. And the logo will remind all of us of what we expect and receive from our public safety officers. Our policemen and women will be fully engaged with the Central Business District and the South Avenue Business District. By building understanding and cooperation between our police and the public, we will ensure our collective safety and build a stronger, safer Plainfield. We must provide opportunities in our community for recreation, for arts and culture, for the assets that make Plainfield such a unique city. These elements are important, not just for the livability of our city, but for the economic development that will be a key focus of this administration. I intend to integrate Plainfield's historic treasures and communities into our economic development proposals. I will work with the Plainfield schools and Union County College to develop arts programs that will truly benefit our community. And I have asked Council to support an open space referendum on the ballot in November. By Council, I am talking about the City Council. I will ask them to support the placement of a referendum on the ballot in November that will provide us with active and passive open spaces. We must build the recreational facilities that our young people need in order to provide them. In order to provide them with alternatives to the streets and enable them to live healthier lives by engaging in wholesome recreational activities. And so I ask for all of us here tonight, whether we are longtime residents or newcomers, whether we have young children or grandchildren, whether we have achieved our dreams or are still in the process, I ask us all to commit to Plainfield. Just as our beloved President John F. Kennedy asked us over 50 years ago what we could do for our country, I ask tonight what we can do for Plainfield. We have much to do in the coming days and months, but I have faith in us and in Plainfield. My campaign was about change for all of us, but it can only work if everyone is a part of it. I look forward to working with all of you to bring about one Plainfield, one future. We must aim high and we must succeed. Failure is not an option. Thank you for your faith in me and in our City Council. I wish you and all happy, prosperous, and blessed year 2014. Thank you. Thank you.